there, welcome back to another Christmas gluten-free, lactose-free and yeast-free baking video. How are we doing today? Today I'm going to be showing you my recipe for some Christmas mincemeat shortbread. So, you will be needing the following equipment: some scales, some measuring spoons, 2 baking trays or cookie sheets, some baking paper, a pencil, some scissors and some spray oil. And since I've got everything in front of me, I am going to actually prepare the trays now. So I'm going to grab my first tray, roll out my baking paper, place my tray with the baking paper underneath it. That's not going to work that way, I'm going to have to do it this way. Getting it as close to the edge as possible, as we want to waste as little paper as possible. There we are. And now using my pencil, I'm just going to draw around the bottom of my tray. There we go. And now using my scissors, I'm going to cut this out. There we are. And then using my spray oil, I'm going to give my tray a nice quick spritz, just to keep the baking paper stuck down while I'm doing everything else. And then we're going to place the side that we drew on facing down, because we don't want any of that nasty graphite or pen ink to get into our cookies or shortbread. I'm calling them cookies. Okay, so now we're going to repeat this with our other cookie sheet or baking tray and then place these off to the side until we're ready to bake. A wooden spoon, an electric hand whisk or a stand mixer, a spatula, a rolling pin, a cookie cutter, I'm using a Christmas tree cookie cutter, a palette knife, and a cooling rack. You will also be needing the following ingredients: 50 grams of butter softened, I like to use lacto-free butter, 25 grams of caster sugar, 100 grams of gluten-free plain flour plus extra for rolling, and 2 teaspoons of Christmas mincemeat. So, let's go! First things first, measure out and prepare all of your ingredients so that they're completely ready for you to use, and then preheat your oven to 160 degrees C on a conventional oven, 140 degrees C on a fan oven, or gas mark 3. So now that we've done all that nasty prep work, it is now time to begin actually making our shortbread. So for this we will be needing our wooden spoon or electric hand whisk or our stand mixer, our spatula and all of our ingredients. So the first thing we're going to do is add all of our butter to our stand mixer. Get in there. Followed by our caster sugar. And now we're going to mix this lot together until they are light and fluffy. So now that that is all done, we're going to add all of our Christmas mincemeat. And now we're going to mix that in until everything is well combined. Now that that is all done, we are now going to add all of our flour. And now we're going to mix this lot together until everything is fully combined. So that is that lot all mixed together. It will look very, very crumbly, or it may turn into nuggets. I've had both happen to me when I have made this for test baking. But it looks amazing and it does come together, I promise you. Either it will come together with the heat of your hands, or if you just keep working it with your spatula, it will come together. Oh, let me show you, that would be helpful. Like so. So a lovely little dough ball. You can increase the ingredients if you want to, but I'm personally just leaving it at this because it's purposeful for a next recipe I'm doing. So now that we've done that, it is now time to roll out our dough. So for this we will be needing our dough, our spatula, our extra flour for rolling, our rolling pin, our Christmassy cookie cutter or just a cookie cutter, our palette knife and our prepared cookie sheets or baking trays. So the first thing I'm going to do is flour my surface, or in this case my chopping board. And then I'm also going to flour my rolling pin as well, because we do not want our dough to be sticking to any of this stuff. There we are. And now placing our dough onto our surface, floured surface, that's it. And now we're going to roll this dough out until it is 1/4 inch thick. Okay, so now that that's rolled out, I'm going to grab my cookie cutter and my palette knife, and I'm just going to rub this cookie cutter in a little bit of flour, just so it doesn't stick to my dough when I am doing the cutting, and cut out as many cookies as I can. Right, now it requires maths. So now that these are all cut out, I'm going to use my palette knife to put these lovely cookies onto my baking tray. You want to space them out a little bit because they may spread, but honestly, you know, that's kind of common sense, so don't stress about it too much. Okay, so repeat this entire process with the rest of your dough, and I will see you after that. Now we're going to place our shortbread into our preheated oven for 15 minutes. After those 15 minutes are up, we are then going to grab our cooling rack, place our cookies still on their cookie sheet or baking tray onto the cooling rack to cool for 10 minutes. And then after those 10 minutes, we're going to take our cookies off of their cookie sheet or baking tray, placing them back onto the cooling rack to cool completely. And that is it. I hope you have enjoyed this video. Don't forget to check out all the links in the description, as I love them all and wouldn't put them there if I didn't, including the recipe for these lovely shortbread and all of the links to the flour and equipment you will need for this recipe. If you do make these at home, don't forget to tag me on Instagram and use the hashtag bakingwithvickiie so that I can see all of your lovely creations. Let me know in the comments of anything else you'd like to see me make gluten, lactose or yeast free, as I do them all. And finally, don't forget to like, leave a nice comment and subscribe if you want to see more, and I will see you next time. Bye!